Microphone. I haven't made that mistake in a minute, boys and girls. Boys and girls. I started my stream software, didn't pick the stream, so it started a different stream. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, what's going on?" Idiot, an idiot behind the microphone. DUM. Wait, D. Wait, MUI. Mike under the influence. Mike under the influence. MUI. What was? Have you ever guys ever seen that movie National Security? Oh, that was a great movie. I'm ashamed to admit I love that movie. What's his face? He's like, he's a wanted to be a cop. Martin Lawrence. Martin. Oh wow, I'm in a weird mood this morning. Woke up this morning, got myself a gun. Been on a bus that flipped 17 times. Yeah, I woke up late. Still trying to get the joints lubed up. We are 1 minute late for this. And ding 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 ding. This could be a quick one. Ding. Like, I'm so sure of it. If this stream lasts longer than 15 minutes, I won't be surprised, but I'll be surprised. Ain't nothing to talk about. Continues to be nothing to talk about. Let's take a look at the stock market. We'll take a look at Bitcoin. Nothing's changed. Not much has changed. Bitcoin's down a little bit. Bitcoin's kind of at a weird price. Bitcoin's at a price that doesn't make a lot of sense, if I'm being honest. Whoa, ding, 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 ding. Breaking news. Farnswoggle P. Horsetooth in the mother. Thank God I got to catch the Gotta go. Have a good one, Farnsworth. Take that kid. Take the brats to school. All right. Ding ding. Let's pull up So Tasty in the morning. Throw the coffee. Retro in the house. How you doing, brother? I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. Day 2 back to the salt mines. It's gonna be a short week at least. It was 112 yesterday. It's supposed to be, I don't know, 108, 109 today. Another hot one tomorrow. I think I got 3 more days of brutality. 2 or 3 more days. Ooh, my PG&E bill. Ooh. It's gonna break 5 bills. It's gonna break 5 Benjis this time, I think. I was looking at my energy usage, and my energy usage for about the same heat is up about 10 kilowatts an hour per day. If my video card takes up 10 kilowatt hours a day, I need to get a solar panel just for my video card. 109 today, 105 tomorrow, 105 Friday, 92 Saturday. What is that I smell? That's right, boys and girls. Puma season just around the corner. I can't freaking wait. I'm splurging like a mofo. I'm buying a new Puma, new pair of Pumas for every day of the week. Brand new. I already got some Pumas from the last couple seasons, but I want some nice fresh ones. Fresh, so fresh. I'm buying a set for every. Don't ask me why, because I'll wear them bitches like 3 days in a row. All right. So tasty in the morning. I want every color. I want them in pink, red, blue, green. Heyo, Koska in the house. How you doing, sister? All right, let's YOLO. Oh shit, Dat DK in the motherfucking house. What is going on, my brother? Dat DK, he might be part of my rust. He might be the reason I have a rust addiction. Everyone jump on Dat DK's shit, not mine. All right, let's see what we What's good, Inglewood? Inglewood's up to no good. So Inglewood, I woke up late this morning. Goddamn, yeah. Watch out. These guys and gals don't like it when I spend a lot of time playing Rust. What the hell else is it? You listen. What the f else are you supposed to do when it's 112 out? You got to take your mind off shit. You got to take your mind off that heat. All right, let's see what's going on in the stock market. E-mini S&P's up 4.5. AKA flat. Nasdaq's up 60, 70 points. Yeah. Crude oil. Ooh, shit. Boys and girls. Crude oil down $3 a barrel. Might break below. It's at $83 a barrel. Might break below $80 here pretty soon. Gold. Gold, the greatest trade of the century. Can you hear the sarcasm? Gold 1710 down $3 an ounce. It's barely holding on to the 1700 level. What's his face? Peter Schiff, explain to me how gold is such a good trade. If you bought gold 10 years ago at $1,800, 10 years later, you're down money. I guess because no, there's no explanation. I'm not even going to waste my time. What are bonds doing? ZB bonds up 23 ticks or whatever the hell you call that. Bonds are up a little, but bonds are down about 10 points overall. Bonds go down, rates go up. When's the next rate hike? End of September, I believe. Let's see what's going on with my positions. I haven't looked at those bitches in a while. So see a green. Don't see that very often. My Palantir. Yikes. I'm down $300 on my Palantir position. We got 44 days to go on that one, so I'm not overly worried about that. Maybe I get some Palantir. What do I got going on my small account? Same thing. My Palantir in the small account's only down $76. I got a Shopify Iron Condor. I need that to get back up to $32, so this could be a max loss. By max loss, I'm gonna lose 89 bucks. Define risk trade. I've earned $1.11 in credit so far. It's a $2 wide Iron Condor. We've rolled it once. We've been defensive on all these positions. Market continued. If the market goes down, we know what we lose on all these positions. That's one of the beauties of selling premium. You can do defined risk trades. All right. What is this account? I haven't used this account. Is it? Oh, wait. I haven't. All right. Who cares? Let's move on to crypto. I told you it's going to be a quick one. Yeah, we're 8 minutes in. Wallet sleuthing. Python wallet sleuthing. What the F are you talking about? You talking about the Python and Rust? Man, that thing, one of our teammates, 2 days ago, we were doing a heli counter and he was naked with a Python and he made a play. Because of that Python, we came back with some AKs. It was a good day. All right, are you talking about the programming language that I keep threatening to learn? Why learn Python? Just make a bunch of money in crypto and then what about Python and wallet sleuthing? What are you talking about, Retro? All right, Bitcoin again at a weird price, 18,900, 18,800. It was around 8. What was the low? There's no support, there's no resistance, I don't think. I mean, there's it kind of hung around there for like 3 days back in November. So maybe this is just like it, but it was temporary. So it's kind of hanging around here 3 days. Is it temporary? Is it getting ready to go back down? Is it going back down to what I thought could happen, down to possibly, I mean, really the next level is capo, like 16,000, then 12,000 to 8,000. Is Crypto Savvy going to be right? Okay, Retro. You just say a couple words and then you take off to a meeting. You say a couple words that make no sense and then you just leave. I bought a 12 pack of the Rain energy drinks. I fell off the wagon. This is the last one. I'm going back on the wagon. Or wait. Yeah, back on the wagon. Bro, hop out of your ass. Um, no. I'm not gonna hop out of your ass. I'm gonna continue to hop into your ass so you explain yourself, MF. Like I said, you can do either Python or wallet tracking. Python. No, all you said was laugh out loud, beautiful, goddamn dat decay, and then the next words out of your mouth were Python, just Python, no context, just Python, and then your words after that, wallet sleuthing. Like no effing context, bitch. I'm in your ass deeper than I've ever been in my life. Instead of why would I wallet? Eh. Python is hard, dude. Like I've spent a lot of time learning Python. It's freaking hard. Or I just haven't found a good course. We'll see. We'll see. I might get back into Python. I like at the end of the day, I was somewhat interested in doing that shit so that I can like eventually learn Solidity and then learn how to learn how to clone a rug pull. But realistically speaking, I know how much time and dedication you got to put in to get kind of good at that stuff. And you're talking a good solid like 6 months to a year of doing that shit like 4 to 8 hours a day. I'm too old for that shit. I'm like Murdoch. I'm too old for that shit. By the time I learn it, you know what I'm saying? Like I would like to learn Python, but it's kind of like I'd like to learn Spanish. You know what I mean? I just don't have the dedication for it right now. I spent my entire life. I'm studying for tests I don't even give a shit about right now. I have to get continuous learning badges for HP right now. And I have to, well, I don't have to, but I'm also trying to get a couple Microsoft Azure tests. Oh, I only got so much time in the day. Well, I say that, but I have spent a ridiculous amount of time playing Rust lately. But it's time, I want to live a little. I don't want to spend my entire life effing learning networking and cloud. And I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm old. I want to enjoy the last few years of my life. So you get out of my ass, bitch. It's easy for you to sit on your little pedestal when you're 33. Right now, I'm enjoying that respite, bitch. All right, Bitcoin. No, I think Retro's 33. Now we're talking. What did I say that you liked? Why don't you learn Python, bitch? You brag about how you know IT. You deploy ERP systems. You deploy ERP systems and write SOC 2 Type 2 reports. All right. Bitcoin 18,900. Boring. So okay. First of all, are we in a mini alt season? Why is Solana up? I need Solana to go down. Cardano. You wanted to act all tough. You were never intending to leave the. No, I didn't play Rust for like 2 years, but I'm enjoying it right now. It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. Like last night, I got off Rust, and I'm like, I'll go watch some TV. There wasn't shit on YouTube. I couldn't find an effing thing on YouTube. The new episode of the shows I like City on a Hill, no new episode this week. Unlike the nerd Dat DK, I don't watch anime. Unlike you, I don't watch tentacle porn. Yeah, I mean, I realize that I've been playing too much Rust lately, but again, it's hot AF. I mean, hot, dude. You walk outside and you melt like the witch and the Wizard of Oz, and then there's nothing on TV, right? Nothing on TV interests me right now. I'm waiting to watch the Enter the Dragon or whatever the hell that Game of Thrones show is. There's some Lord of the Rings show on Amazon. No one's talking about that, so that must not be any good. The new fall football's coming Sunday. I kind of don't care about football that much. I mean, if Kansas City does good, I'll be happy. I'm in a fantasy football league. I used to live for fantasy football. It used to be my life. I showed up 15 minutes late because I was playing Rust and forgot about it. And I didn't care. I spent 0 seconds studying fantasy football. I've watched a couple videos on the Kansas City Chiefs. They're annoying as hell because everyone's getting hyped up talking about how great Kansas City looks in the preseason. Their offense looks without Tyreek Hill. First of all, it's preseason, and Patrick Mahomes played two freaking sets of downs. You're getting all excited. It's effing preseason. Second of all, you forgot that our defense sucks ass, and no one said anything about the defense. So I mean, I don't know if you remember, but defense wins championships. I did get Jamar Chase in my fantasy. He was auto drafted. It must have been first round. That mofo, man, he's freaking good. House of Dragons, and I was wait. Go take the House of Drag. I was told it was bad. I haven't heard that it's bad yet. Problem with it is I know the ending. But I don't know if it's any good. I really don't. Again, I'll probably wait to stream it. Hell, I might wait several years to watch it or never watch it. I don't know. I didn't start watching Game of Thrones till like probably the third season. And a big part of that was because I got sick of hearing all the nerds talk about how great it was. Every time I got into a conversation, a couple nerds would be like, they wouldn't shut the F up about Game of Thrones. And I'm one of those people. You talk about something too much, I just want to bash you over the head with a baseball bat. I don't want to hear a bunch of freaking geeks talking about some. I'm sitting here thinking, look at these fools with their glasses and pocket protectors talking about some show with dragons, or it has dragons in it. How could that be any freaking good? FGOT, you still haven't watched. So at the end of the day, uh Game of Thrones was on the cusp of being the greatest show of all time. It's still a highly recommended show. If you've never watched it, your jaw will drop. The story is great, the writing is great, the acting is great. I mean, amazing, freaking amazing. The only problem is the ending. The whole ending of it's a little tough to digest. So it's still a great show. I highly recommend it. I rewatched it several times up until the last season. I haven't watched it since then. I don't know if I ever will again, or I might. Who knows? But it's I would highly recommend you watch it once. Another show like that, I would highly recommend you would watch the two greatest shows of all time, The Wire and Breaking Bad. All right, so you never watched Game of Thrones Retro? I know you. I don't know what kind of shows do you watch? Like reality TV, The View. You never watched Breaking Bad. I know you watched that recently. That one show we watched last season, I'm looking forward to. I can't remember the name of it. The dude from Parks and Recreation. We have a Discord channel on it. Serendipity or what's that shit called? I know. Farnswoggle was listening right now. His eyes would be rolling. Like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? He can't ever remember the name of this show. Severance. If you haven't seen Severance, that show's really good. What does Capo have to say? ETH idea for this month. We don't want an ETH. Oh, so he thinks ETH is going to $950. If ETH goes to $950, I'm up. Beep beep beep. I'm backing up the truck. Oh, you finally got to it. Yeah, it's an enjoyable show. I'm not gonna try and I'm not gonna sit there and tell you For All Mankind is like an amazing tier whatever. What are the tier S or tier whatever that people do with? I'm not gonna sit there and tell you it's anywhere near the level of Breaking Bad, but it's good. It's a really good show. It's enjoyable to watch. It's a good yarn. Another good show, if you've never watched, I highly recommend. I can't think of the name right now. I just brain farted. He's a coach. He's a football coach that goes to England and teaches and coaches soccer. It's an Apple show. What's his face is in it. I know he's from Kansas City. He was on Saturday Night Live. God damn it. I haven't watched any of the shows. What do you just mostly play video games, Dad? I know you're playing that one game right now. Yeah. What? Come on. Blah, 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 blah. Apple show. Oh, this is so frustrating. It's too early. Apple show. Anime. Yeah, you're playing Diablo, right? Anime is just not my thing at all. Apple show, coach. Ted, something Ted. TED Talk, not TED Talks. Ted show, coach. Coach, Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso is a freaking amazing show. Dude, that show will make you laugh. It will make you cry. Even if you don't like, I don't like soccer at all. I refuse to watch soccer. I think soccer, I don't get it. I really don't. It's probably the most popular sport in the world. I don't get it. I can't stand soccer. I love that show. The show is amazing. You will laugh, you will cry. All right, enough of this. We're gonna wrap this up soon. There ain't shit to talk about in the markets, and I got some perfect clones to make in my Rust farm. What is very slow, bro? What is very slow? Did you just get off work recently? You about to hit the bed here pretty soon. All right. Stock market. Let's get caught up. The Nasdaq's now up 75. E-mini S&P's up 10. It's trying to catch a little ignition. Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Again, what's going on with the altcoins? It looks like we're in a little mini altcoin season. Bitcoin's continuing to drip down. 18,850. ETH 1539. About to lose 1,500. Cardano's holding on decent at 46 cents. The Cardano Vassal hard fork's happening on September 22nd. The Ethereum merge, I believe, kind of started yesterday. What's going on with the Ethereum merge? I thought that shit started yesterday. I didn't really understand the timeline. Ethereum. Ethereum completes Bellatrix and final pre-merge update. The final countdown. Will ETH go up after the merge? That's the $1 million question. 74% of Ethereum nodes merge ready ahead of Bellatrix. First step of Ethereum merge begins. Here's what to know. To complete the merge, the second phase of Bellatrix, known as the Paris upgrade, will shift the Ethereum mainnet from proof of stake after a final terminal total difficulty value is hit. TD represents the total. The TD value will prompt the merge, which is expected to be reached between September 10th and September 20th. So if you're mining Ethereum, you got about 3 to 13 days left to go. Let's see. Once that happens, we'll produce by a beacon chain. Oh, and there's a lot of people trying to do some like arbitrage craziness with the old and the new. And I know a lot of people. If you try and get in, you're probably going to end up making a mistake and getting wrecked, because there's going to be a lot of professional bots and people a lot smarter than me and you doing that shit. I'm staying out of that shit unless like some like opportunity, unless someone like hits up the Discord and say, hey, do this right now, and there's no way you can lose, and even then I'll probably still ignore it. So that's happening soon. Oh, soccer is very slow. I mean, baseball is very slow too, but it's our national pastime. I'll tell you what. Some of the some of the times in my life when I used to just watch sports nonstop is when I gambled on it. I even watched baseball. Gambling can make it fun, but it's kind of a two-edged sword because you're just going to lose money and it can be painful. Unfortunately, my gambling days were in a time of my life when I couldn't afford to lose money. At one point, I had a bookie. I've talked about this before. And this was before like compute I mean, it wasn't before computers, but it was before everyone had a computer in their home. You know what I mean? There's cell phones. There weren't cell phones. No one walked around with cell phones yet. This was the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. I'd call on my rotary phone. Nah, I had a push button phone, but it wasn't far off from the rotary. I'd be like 504. I'd like a buck on Philadelphia to cover. So a buck would be $100. 504. I want a nickel on Pittsburgh. A nickel. I was betting nickels. Are you kidding me? A nickel's $500. Dude, I was a broke ass college student. I had no business betting nickels. I think I bet a dime a couple times, and if you don't know what a dime is, it's $1,000. I was way out of my league. You know, I tell you to watch your size. What the back then? I was like, "What the f is size?" I'll just call mommy and daddy up and say, "Hey, I need some money." Boy, I was such a shit, such a shit. Let's see. Rookie in the house. How you doing, brother? Device. What are you talking about? Living? Yeah, I was living large. Living large. I went to Reno. I had a system. I've talked about this before because I was in Tahoe with my girlfriend like 6 months before. I did the Martin. I didn't know it was called the Martingale, but I figured out the Martingale system. I'm the one that invented the Martingale system where you bet, you lose, you double down. I did that on a roulette for like 20 minutes and I won like a couple $100. King of the world, king of the world. I got my Pell Grant, my Cal Grant for tuition and books. Me and some of the boys loaded up the car and we went to Tahoe. Your boy was broke in the first 4 hours doing the martingale system. We got back. I had to sell my Specialized mountain bike. It brought me to tears just to get by. I remember another time, man. I was hooked up with this bad Armenian dude that would run like blackjack tables and shit. He was a shyster, and he was involved with some other like Armenian mafia guys. No one will know this, but there was a time where the Fresno State where I graduated from, there was like a point shaving scandal, and he was involved in all that. But I don't know. He borrowed like 7,500 from someone or whatever. We drove up to Reno. We drove up to Reno at like 8 o'clock at night, and we were driving back in midnight. I mean, we were driving back an hour later because he was betting $1,500 a hand, lost it all, and me and the other guy, were just like, "God damn, dude!" All right. Anyway, I left a crazy, crazy lifestyle. Yeah, 6:59 a.m. How much stocks and crypto did we talk? Not much. It's gonna be like that for months, most likely. As we've discussed in the past, Bitch Boy seems to think the bottom's gonna be in November. Let's take a quick look at what's going on with what the YouTubers are saying. You want to see what I'm watching on the last thing I watched on YouTube? I'm trying to learn how to make a perfect clone in my Rust. I can't wait to get back to my Rust farm, boys and girls. All right, YouTube. Dear Wall Street, thank you for selling us stocks for cheap. Who's that sexy mofo? Man, that guy's been sleeping for a long time. The worst is still to come, according to Tom Smash. Crypto is crypto. Meet Kevin still isn't posting videos. Crypto RS, what's he up to? We can do a savvy check. Did Cryptos RS is no longer. Well, he streamed 23 hours ago. He didn't stream this morning. His video today, oh yeah, what happened to Bitcoin? This is why Bitcoin's down, blah blah blah, boring ass titles. Crypto savvy? What's crypto savvy? Nothing's changed. Must watch. Bitcoin has further downside. How low? You have not changed anything. Like nothing's changed about your videos either. His videos, like I guarantee you, we could play this video. He's probably still talking about how he was the first person to talk about the whack off, and when Bitcoin crashed the first time, I was the first. He wasn't the first one, but he'll try and take credit for it. Let's see. Bitcoin is sinking. Oh, he is live. Bitcoin holders. This is why the DXY keeps rising. He doesn't know why the DX. You look. Someone go watch this video and let's see why he. I'll tell you why the DXY is rising. Because the dollar's the strongest currency in the world right now. And you're going to be like, Tom, how is that possible? Well, I mean, the economy's bad. But the economy's better here than most of the rest of the world. I mean, inflation's higher than other countries. Shit's bad, right? So the dollar against everything else right now. I don't know, the dollar's pitted against like 6 or 7 other. It's just stronger than all the rest of them. That's why the dollar's rising. And typically when the dollar rises, stocks and crypto go down. So anyway, it is pretty quiet in the chat. It is pretty boring and quiet in the cryptos and the stocks. I think this is a good time to wrap this up. I have a problem. Like I have, I have a problem with speaking. I've always wanted to get these to a tight 30 to 45 minutes, but I just like listening. I don't like hearing myself talk. I just like to talk. So I think this is a good tight 30-minute wrap up. People could come along if they're, I say it's a tight 30 minutes, but what's the title? Bitcoin, this is not good. People are going to come watch this and be like, God damn, unsubscribe. He just spent 30 minutes talking about TV and not Bitcoin. Anyway, there ain't much to talk about right now. This is a good time to accumulate, buy small amounts, not financial advice. I think I think there's a lot more downside. I'm patiently waiting, and people tell you not to try and time the bottom. I'm trying to time the bottom, but I've already got a lot of money invested. So I'm trying to get a better entry right now. If I miss it, I miss it. It's not the end of the world. I'll figure out, I'll buy it. I can, you know what I'm saying? So I think there's more downside. I don't have to buy more crypto right now or stocks or anything. And you know what I'm saying? If I can buy it cheaper, great. If I don't, I don't. But we got time. We got more time than I can almost tolerate at this point. We're like 9 months into this bear market. It's been really rough, and I think it's going to last a little while. Bear markets in crypto could last like 18 months. So it could be another nice, long little jaunt. Again, Bitcoin's only ever really been in a bull market. So this time around, everyone's always like, this time around, things are different. Well, guess what? This time around, things are different, and the bull run might not be as much as everyone thinks this next time around, unless the stock market turns around. And none of that shit's going to happen until the Fed turns dovish. And even then, even when the Fed turns dovish and the economy starts looking stronger, there's nothing going on that says the stock market's going to go into this crazy mode where it's doing like 30% returns every year. That the next 10 years could be boring. You might need to get used to just making, a 2x in a crypto might be hot. Your friend works at Costco, said there's little to no difference between them and Russell. Your friend's an idiot, Ricky. I'm back. What we talking? Dude, I was almost ready to sign off. I'm talking about how it's going to be a boring ass long ride. Like, if you're coming here for hot tip, if you're going to YouTubers trying to get hot tips on 2x's, 10x's, 20x's, and 30x's, they're just filling you with things you want to hear. None of the, you're not getting any of that shit for a while. The stock market is going to take a long time to recover slowly. This 30% yearly return. All right. Puma. The Pumas are so much nicer than, unless they've upgraded the material. They because the Russells are 100% cotton, and them like 100% like that shitty cotton, like sheep that eat. They get the wool off sheep that eat like dried up grass. The Pumas come off. I'm not even sure if they're so comfy. They're so comfy. Uh, what is retro? It's like 10 a.m. I moved to this neighborhood and I'm seeing some hot. Oh hell yeah! Hey baby pop, yo baby girl, what you got going on? Yo baby pop, say that to him. Yo baby pop, yo baby pop. My name's Retro. I wonder what you moved. So you moved recently? You're no longer in that apartment that we were tracking down where you had the rain energy drinks. We need some new pictures. We need to fire up the we need to fire F wallet sleuthing. We need to do some retro sleuthing. Same state. Why did you move? Nicer area? I mean, I hope it's the same state, unless you got a different job. You haven't talked. I mean, is it closer to your job or something? Where do you live that you can just see hot women outside? Are you in a high rise downtown or something? 71 degrees, 7 a.m., 71 degrees. Everyone will be wiped out in 30 days, according to Kathy Wood. Who's listening to Kathy Wood these days? BTC will go wild. Yeah, it's going wild. It's a cheaper area. I moved to save money. Oh, hell yeah. That is some solid. We talked about that yesterday and you didn't even brag about it. If you can't afford to live in the area you live in because it costs too much, move. Freaking move. I know moving is expensive and a pain in the ass, but it's a decision you got to make. You live in, for example, Southern California, and you're living that Southern California lifestyle where your whip has to look good. You have to have an expensive whip. Rent's too high. Houses are too. Move. I guarantee you can move somewhere else, make the same amount of money, most likely, or make a better income versus the cost of living. That's one of the reasons I live in the area I live. It's a bit of a shithole, but the cost of living's not bad. I mean, I am in California, so but the cost the premium to live in California is worth it. Like I could go back to the Midwest. I could go back to Texas. I could go back to Kansas. I could go back to Missouri. Easy. We got a farm in Kansas. The problem is it's humid as hell. The mosquitoes are freaking ridiculous. There's chiggers. If you like when I first moved out to California, I saw people sitting in the grass. I'm like, man, there's some dumbasses out here because they're gonna get destroyed. You sit in the grass in Kansas, you will get destroyed by chiggers. There'll be chiggers all over your body. They're little bugs that burrow into your skin. They itch like crazy, and you won't be able to sleep. I don't miss chiggers. I don't like. There's mosquitoes here, but it's not, and you pretty much have to go out in the country. You don't. There's some mosquitoes in the city, but it's nothing like. You go back there. You know what perfume and cologne you wear in Kansas in the summer? DEET. You wear DEET, or you're gonna get tore up by mosquitoes. There's tornadoes. Now the Midwest has earthquakes thanks to all the fracking. Why the hell do I want to go back there? The only thing to do in Kansas, I say this, but the only thing to do there is become an alcoholic and watch sports. That's the only. There ain't shit else. Tip over cows. Let's see. Sad days. I got my house and everything around me jumped like 2 times what it was. Why is that sad days? That's great days. You can sell your house and make a lot of money. I don't understand. I got my house and everything around me jumped like 2 times what it, yeah. Well, the house, it's getting ready to go back down. Oh, cost of living. Yeah. Well, uh, I mean, the cost of living is getting too high for everyone. My PG&E bill is double what it used to be. It's getting worse. Food's gotten more expensive in general. But if you got a house, you should be locked in, right? So that's one of the beauties. My house I got 10 years ago. My mortgage is $1,000 a month. It's nothing. It's freaking, and that's why I've talked about this before. I could go out and get a much nicer house. I guess. No, I know I could. Much nicer house, but my mortgage is gonna be like $2,500 a month. I'm gonna my house is gonna be great. You know what but there's nothing wrong with the house I got. I'm a pretty simple dude. Again, my car. I haven't gotten a new car. I don't need a $750 a month car payment right now. I can drive around in a whip that's not sexy. Continue to invest, right? Continue to invest. And I have a friend that lives in Turkey, 3 bedroom, 2 bath. And I'm assuming it's cheap as hell because I've watched a few videos of people getting hair transplants over there, and it's only like $2,000 or something. High-rise penthouse with an insane view to the black. How much is it? The problem is he might get his 11. I would move to Turkey. Problem is you might get your head chopped off. You know, like I wouldn't be. He might. Is the dude white? Is your friend white? Because I'm not moving to Turkey as a white dude. Walk out and go to the supermarket and have my head chopped off. I'm waiting, Retro. Is he white? The stream is coming to a halt. I want to know if your friend is white. Is there any chance for a white dude, an old white man living in Puerto Rico? I've considered Puerto Rico because of the tax haven. Problem is it keeps getting a lot. It's super expensive to live there now. If you want to live in a nice area, if you want to live in the barrio, it's cheap, but you're going to get murdered. And they keep changing the laws, and they make it like if they keep saying, okay, now you got to give $25,000 to this or that, and it doesn't matter how long you've been here. And so they keep like getting greedier and greedier. So, and you give up a lot to live in Puerto Rico. And it's not like I'm multi-millions, right? So to me, there's a premium for living in the United States, and there's a lot of things that suck, but you know, the grass ain't always greener. So I don't know that there's any area outside of the United States I really want to live at this time in my life. If I was younger and my balls were, you know, a lot fuller, maybe. Yo, you seen that new thing where people are going to Mexico and doing at work from homes? Just yeah, I've seen a little bit. You've probably seen a lot more than me. I've seen it a little bit. Like I think in mostly like people that live in the San Diego area, because San Diego cost of living, I think, is like the worst in the United States, or you know, like in the top 3 or so. So I have seen that, or they just get like little homes there. Yeah, I've seen it, but man, again, there's trade offs to everything. So there's gonna be a lot of trade offs there. You're thinking about moving to Mexico? You're thinking about moving to Mexico? Yeah, I there's some things about moving to Mexico that are kind of intoxicating. I don't know though, dude. So, um, yeah, you do have the thing called a cartel down there. You don't want them to find out that you have a crypto wallet, loaded. Your face will end up on a soccer ball. I mean, the U.S. is crazy, dude. Dude, the grass ain't always greener. That's all I'm saying. Like, what's his face? Crypto Crow moved to Puerto Rico. I haven't watched that for in a while, but Crypto Crow moved to Puerto Rico, and he moved back to Florida. He chose Florida over freaking Puerto Rico. Florida's like the worst state in the United States. I mean, it goes Florida, Oklahoma. There's 2 worst states in the United. And Florida, I mean, Florida's only bad because all the crazy people, all the serial killers, and all the. It's either like whenever you hear the craziest story on the news, it's either Florida or, as Adam Carolla would say, Florida, or I think Germany. Not exactly Mexico. Yeah, me too, bro. Me too. The problem is you're probably gonna have to learn a different language. There's a lot of places you could straight up. There's a lot of places you can move to. Cost of living will be really good, and you'll be able to get a fine ass wife, like pick of the litter, because you're going to be a rich American to them, right? That they're trying to get. So there's definitely a lot of pros. Man, there's a lot of trade offs, like the police. Who knows what their police state's like? Like in Mexico, they're corrupt as hell. The policia, it's going to be that you're going to have to like pay off local governments or the police, or they're going to crawl up your ass, right? There's a lot of things to consider, whether it's um, the cartels, right? Or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole different thing. You don't have innocent until proven guilty in a lot of other countries. So you got to really. And if you guys don't watch the Nomad, is it the Nomad Investor? I haven't watched this dude in a while, but he specializes. The Nomad Investor, I think that's his name. Yeah, this guy's really good, really good. You should watch him. He talks about all the places to move to. He basically doesn't have a home, and he has a company that specializes in it. So if you're serious about moving out of the United States, you need to watch and subscribe to this guy. Euro 2016 in that house. You love my thumbnail? Well, you're gonna see a lot of it because I haven't changed that shit for. That's been my thumbnail for like 29 of the last 30 days. I've talked. Wait. Yeah, dude, my mate's wife is like model. Yeah. What's that? Is he white? God damn it. Retro, answer the question. Have I been to Croatia? Is that where you live, bro? Like, isn't Croatia in like a civil war or some shit? Like constantly getting bombed? Who the hell wants to live there? Not yeah, they're chicas. let's offend Casca in every language. The chicas. That's Ukraine. Yeah, don't laugh, bro. Croatia's been through some shit too. We got a dude, we got a subscriber that lives in Croatia. Or not Croatia, Ukraine. We haven't heard from him in a while. Mikey, I hope you're doing good, brother. Oh, you already told me he's white. Why don't you get out of my ass, Retro? I didn't see it. I'm gonna go back and look. Okay, high-rise penthouse with an insane view. There are some. Yes, white. My apologies. I didn't see it. The chat's furious and crazy right now. Oh man, that you got to have some balls to live in Turkey as a white dude. Does he have a security crew? 30 years ago, no wars here in Oh, you live in Croatia now? Do they have good tax laws? They let you keep your money? Did you move there? Like, where are you from originally? Have you always been in Croatia, or did you move there from somewhere else in Europe? Tell us where the hot spot to live in Croatia is. I bet there's some fine ass Croatian chicks too. They would love a good old white dude like me. He has balls. Yeah. Well, having my head chopped off is kind of like there's two ways I don't want to die: drowning and having my head chopped off with a dull machete. It takes like 5 chops. You know what I'm saying? Those are the two ways I don't want to die. No taxes for crypto. Just have another friend who moved to Taiwan, but he's a Twitch streamer. Taiwan's rough. They're about to get invaded. They could possibly get invaded by China. And I think in Taiwan, if you have weed, I mean, I don't smoke weed anymore, but if you have weed, it's like the death sentence over there, isn't it? Don't they like put a bullet in your dome? He was going broke here in California. Where was he living? Like San Diego? Like where I live, it's not that bad. But I've been smart, right? I didn't. You just because you're living in California, it's all about money management. Again, don't get cars you can't afford. Don't get house mortgages you can't afford. Or it is possible that you live in an area that you don't have the skill set to get a good enough job to pay for it. So you've got to like you've got to figure it out. There's a lot of variables. I guarantee you, if he's a Twitch streamer, he's probably trying to live that Twitch lifestyle with expensive ass drip and watches and cars and all that shit, or maybe not, but I live here for 21 years, but I'm moving to Thailand doing. Oh, you're an MMA fighter? Hell yeah. I did MMA for a while. I went pro. No, I'm kidding. I did MMA for a while, but I was too old, getting too old. And I'd walk out of the off the mat with like black eyes and shit, and I'd go to work, and they'd be like, "What the hell's going on with you?" So you're moving to Thailand, doing 1 year. The Thai like, yeah. Were you gonna go do some Thai? What is it? Thai kick tea stout in the house. Long time no see. Thoughts on Luna Classic? Like, who the hell's still looking at Luna Classic? Luna Classic's dead to me, brother. Dead to me. Uh, yeah, I got no interest in Luna Classic. I think I still own some, but it's whatever. I think it's a great tax write-off. That's what I think Luna Classic is. All right, let's get this wrapped up. Let's get it wrapped up. I'm only 21. Are you like semi-pro or anything like that? What you know jiu-jitsu? What belt in jiu-jitsu do you have? Are you a wrestler? So jujitsu is not necessarily going to win you fights anymore, but it'll prevent you from losing. You just need to know enough jujitsu to counter the other dude. Are you a striker? Are you a ground guy? That shit has been pumping. Why is Luna Classic pumping? I don't even want to look at it, dude. I really don't. I don't want to get. I'm not wasting my time on shit coins right now, and Luna Classic will be nothing more than a shit coin. You're trying to get into something that has a little momentum, and you're going to be someone's exit liquidity. Is my opinion. My opinion might be wrong, but that's my opinion. If you're playing around with Luna Classic and it's pumping, it's moving, you're just going to be someone's exit liquidity. That's my opinion. I only do amateur fights. I'm more of a grappler guy. After Thailand, I should focus. Oh, good. Keep us updated. We'll follow you. I used to live for MMA. When I was doing it, I would watch every UFC fight. I don't really care that much anymore. Doing jiu-jitsu was one of the things man, you will get in such good shape. And I really enjoyed it. I just found it too late in my life, and my body was already, I've talked about my health issues. So I think that was the beginning of my body and all that shit breaking down. So Jason Chillbaggins in the house. How you doing, brother? We were supposed to buy islands next to each other with our Luna. Yeah. Yep. The next bull run, we'll figure out that coin where we're going to get islands together. Islands in the stream. Man, that is what we are. Yep. The MMA is the reason why my ex dumped me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to be you can get addicted to a lot of things. I got addicted to MMA. I've been addicted to video games. So that lets you know you have an addictive behavior, right? Maybe a little bit of an addictive behavior. So you got to balance it, right? one of the dudes we're playing Rust with, his wife has been crawling up his ass because he's playing too much Rust. And she's right. She's right. So he's got to balance that, or she's going to leave his ass, most likely. Like, I remember when I first started playing EverQuest back in the day, wives would leave dudes over playing EverQuest. And a lot of you people may not even know what EverQuest, but it was like the first original MMORPG. And you can play that game for like crazy. EverQuest. Like you could play that game and you would hear stories of like bros taking their laptop to the hospital and they're playing EverQuest while their wife's giving delivery. Whether or not that was made up or not, who knows? But people were addicted, and there's been plenty of bros out there that lost their wife to video game addictions. Oh, you played a ton of EQ2? Yeah, dude, that was such a great game. I freaking love that game. Oh, she almost did one time. Retro, you never played EverQuest. You would have been like 7. That was like 20 years ago, bro. What were you, like 10 years ago? You were 10 years old? That too. Were you guys like 12 years old playing EverQuest? That's what's really weird about Rust, man. Rust has like these 12 and 13-year-olds playing it. A lot of them. Dude, that game is way too violent for freaking 13-year-olds. Like the game is rated like 17 plus. I'm gonna be honest, dude. If I had kids, I might ban them from playing Rust for life, dude. That game could be so toxic, so racist, so like, wow. Some of the people on there, like you, if you're a parent and you're listening to this stream and your kid's playing Rust, get them off that immediately. I'm not even joking. They should not be playing that game. You were playing it when you were like 5 years old? I am in California. What's the best state to live in the USA? That is a very tough question. That is an extreme. You're going to have to figure out like what's important to you because there's trade-offs to everything. Personally, I think some of the best areas, if you're young, I would get a state in the Rust Belt, like Pennsylvania, somewhere like that, because I think global warming's real, and those are going to be the best states to live in as it continues to get worse and worse. But there's pros and cons to everything. Like if I were to choose a state to live in right now, it would have either been Canada, but now they're off there, like British Columbia or something, or somewhere in the Rust Belt, like Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh area is beautiful. It gets cold as balls there, though. But you're shielding yourself to what could potentially be an ongoing, global natural like downfall with global warming. I know some people think global warming's fake news. I'm in the camp that doesn't think it's fake news. But I'm also not this person that is like, everyone's on the side of the fence of global warming where they're 100% sure they're right. I'm 100% sure I'm not right because I don't know. Like we can't account for every variable of what the global temperature is doing and how we're affecting it, and because that shit takes hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s of years. I just know common sense tells me our population's a lot higher. We are producing a lot of greenhouse gases with a lot of this pollution and this and that with the industry. So we're exhaling a lot more carbon dioxide. There's a lot less plants, vegetation. So common sense tells me greenhouse gases are rising. That's all I know, right? The earth will eventually probably clean itself back and maybe it gets or it could, I'm saying I don't know, but common sense tells me global warming is probably real and it's probably going to get worse. It was 112 yesterday in September, dude. When I first moved out here, that first summer was a weird summer where it was record breaking multiple days of 110. And then for the next 2 decades, 104, 105 would be hot. Now 116 in September is not out of the question. So something's changed, right? Something's changed. Whether or not, but again, common sense tells me a lot more humans exhaling carbon dioxide and methane gas. Because of this, a lot more cows producing methane gas. We're cutting down trees. We're chopping down vegetation. That shit turns carbon dioxide into oxygen. We have oil, gas, all these, you know, warehouses and industries burning gas and putting all these. It doesn't take a rocket surgeon to figure out. We gotta clean our act up. The problem is greed. It's 100% greed. People are like, they overlook it, or they believe that it's fake news because they're making money. It's an easy thing for a simple human to be like, I'm gonna listen to this person. It's fake news. It's not real. It's overblown. Because the amount of time it takes for global warming to reach a point of no return is a lot longer span than our, how long we're here and we're making that money, right? Greed. Greed will be the downfall of the human race if we don't figure it out. And that's what's happening right now. So I used to care. I no longer care because I can't change it. I'm gonna go to my deathbed thinking the human race probably won't survive the next couple hundred years because of greed, but I'll never know if I was right or wrong. I had a long enough timeline, I'll be right. 5 billion years. Don't even get me started on the Amazon rainforest shrinking and catching on fire. I lived in SA long ago. It never used to snow in the winter there. Are you talking about San Antonio? SA. We are burping too much. Now it snows like crazy there. Infra is not even set up to handle that. South America. You lived in South America? What the hell were you doing in South America? Were you running smuggling cocaine and AKs? Smuggling cocaine to South Central? Were you part of the crack epidemic? You weren't even born then. You did wild things, I bet. Well, this chat is ready, bro. This chat has never been more ready. What do we got? You want to talk about Bitcoin? Bitcoin's $18,940. We'll have to save this for another chat though, because I am going to wrap this up. I will be back 6:30 a.m. PST. Be there, or you're an MF and Square.